Yanzhou, Crown Prince of Beijing's elite, for a young nightclub model, wanted to publicly break our engagement. Dad couldn't stand it, used influence to silence that model, planned to send her abroad alone. Unexpectedly, Liu Yanzhou didn't go crazy stopping it. My birthday banquet night, my car had been tampered with and broke down in a chaotic red light district. Suddenly, dragged into an alley by thugs, forced to drink unknown liquid, filmed humiliating videos and photos. Next day, Liu Yanzhou used this excuse, openly called off the engagement. He flamboyantly brought that model into Liu Mansion. The one I grew up with, young Master Gucci, said he didn't mind me, promised to marry me, to save my face. On marriage registration day, outside the lounge, overheard two secretaries gossiping.
Miss Shen is really pitiful. Ruined in this circle, ends up relying on young Master Gu to take her in.
What do you know? CEO Liu, to marry influencer Su Mian, set up a scheme to ruin Miss Shen. He had thugs sent to Southeast Asia, leaving no evidence.
Young Master Gu doesn't love Miss Shen.
He's marrying her, out of fear that Miss Shen would use Shen family influence to retaliate against Su Mian, so he wants to marry her and keep her under his watch. So, both of them fell for that Su Mian. Despair, like an invisible hand, gripped my throat. I wore my white haute couture gown for the marriage registration and drove straight into the city center's Médecins Sans Frontières office. Facing the director, submitted my application. Red-rimmed eyes, resolute gaze. I applied to join the medical aid team to our country in North Africa. I signed a life and death pact. In case of accident, my remains won't be returned. The director looked at my resume, and his furrowed brow relaxed.
Dr. Shen, our country is in the midst of an armed coup and a plague outbreak. A dual crisis. Conditions are harsh. Ordinary doctors can't handle it at all. Moreover, the armed leaders there are brutal. Going there might very well never come back.
I closed my eyes, heart trembling, but voice showed no hesitation. I'll replace the originally scheduled pregnant colleague and go. I'll never go back on my word. I just want to save lives and heal the wounded, and fulfill my duty as a doctor. Director looked at me, this solemn outfit, and sighed.
Today you and young Master Gu register marriage. Why'd you change your mind?
Tears couldn't be held back, fell onto the marble floor to keep my cool, wiped my face roughly, and said nothing. The director didn't ask more, approved my application, promised the Shen family the highest honor and recognition as consolation. Top-tier surgeon, willing to go to that hell on earth. Organization was more than happy.
Early tomorrow morning, a chartered plane takes off. If you can return safely, the organization will apply for the highest honor medal. You're our pride. Your father's hospital will also get special international funding.
I bowed in gratitude. Dazed, I walked out of the lobby. The white supercar at the entrance was gone. About to take a taxi and leave, Liu Yanzhou drove my missing supercar, revved the engine, and stopped right in front of me. He rolled down the window, eyes indifferent. A cigarette dangled from his fingers.
Su Mian likes this car. Was about to send for it. Since we ran into each other, I'll just drive it away.
I looked at the steering wheel in his hands, my eyes stinging. This car went to an overseas auction years ago, spent $500 million, won it as my coming-of-age gift. The only one of its kind in the world. The license plate was my birthday. 5 years ago, he taught me to drift, hand in hand. When he tossed me the keys, he said, "Only you deserve to drive this car." Now, for Su Mian, he took back his gift, claiming it as his. I laughed bitterly, ignored him, and turned toward the roadside. Behind me came the roar of the engine. He sounded displeased.
Today is your big day. What are you doing here? Get in the car. I'll take you back to marry you. Miss the time. Afraid Gucci'll change his mind and not want you anymore.
I'm done marrying. Liu Yanzhou blew a smoke ring. Cold wind carried tobacco smell, creeping into my nose.
I know you're still angry. Can't let go of me. Don't want to marry Gucci. I also know you came here to get my attention. Since you were in the red light district and that happened, I'll never take you back. Don't worry. The ones who touched you, I've already dealt with them. That's my closure for you. Now that Gucci is willing to accept you, it's the greatest luck of your life. Don't be ungrateful.
I looked up at him in the driver's seat. His face still made my heart flutter, but that heart had rotted long ago. What luck? Just another scheme. Su Mian, serving men at the club. How's she any cleaner than me? Sorrow surged in my heart, words stuck in my throat. In the end, all emotions became one word: get lost. My attitude instantly ignited his fury. He pushed open the door and got out, grabbed my wrist, tried to shove me in the car.
Shenzi, we're in the past. Don't act crazy. Don't cling or make a scene. Gucci and I are brothers. He's responsible. Don't be dramatic or miss this chance.
Back to the Shen family villa gate, Liu Yanzhou kicked me out of the car, gunned it, and sped off. My father at the gate paced anxiously. Seeing me back, his face turned ashen.
Where the hell have you been? The Gu family's waiting for you to sign. You didn't answer your phone, trying to drive me crazy.
I took a breath and told him about my application for aid work in North Africa. Laid it all out. My father staggered, almost fainting.
No way. Are you crazy? That's a death sentence. I won't let you go.
I forced calm and repeated the overheard convo between the secretaries. Hearing it, My dad trembled with rage, grabbed his keys, about to rush out to settle with Lu Yanzhou and Guqi. I clung to his arm and dropped to my knees. Dad? Please let me have my way. If I really marry Guqi, the rest of my life will be an execution every single day. Going to North Africa. It's not just to escape, but also to earn international prestige. For the Shen family, moreover. Leaving is the only relief for me. Look at my resolute eyes. Car keys slipped from Dad's hand. He said nothing more. Father loves me, but the Shen estate is vast, and the side branch uncles are watching. If I could use this way to trade benefits and rep for family, then my father, a businessman, even if his heart aches, would still weigh pros and cons. Wedding procession drove in grand style, pulling up at villa entrance. No makeup, didn't change clothes, walked straight out. Seeing Guqi's face, with that gentle smile, my heart felt squeezed by a huge hand. Disappointment flooded over me. He clearly doesn't love me, clearly to protect another woman. Why can he still act so affectionately? How ironic. From my bag, the prenup I made long ago, and tore it up in front of him. I raised my hand, shredded paper fluttered. I'm not marrying you. Go back. Guqi's face changed. He grabbed my wrist, demanded low.
Ziyi, what madness has gotten into you? In the entire capital, I'm the only one who doesn't despise your past. Break off the engagement with me you want to be gossiped about forever? I know you still love Lu Yanzhou. But isn't liking someone mean letting them be happy?
My nose tingled. I tilted my head up, holding back tears, then asked coldly. So you also love Su Mian? To let her and Lu Yanzhou be together? You sacrificed yourself marrying me? So I don't hate out of love, and cause trouble for Su Mian. You married me to keep me as a decoration, to keep an eye on me. Isn't that right? Panic flickered across his face. He still tried to bluff. Red veins even appeared in his eyes.
Ziyi, how could you think of me like that? We grew up together. You know I'm not that kind of person.
Guests and passersby around us started pointing at me.
Young Master Gu only married her out of old feelings, but she still publicly slanders him. What an ungrateful person.
Exactly. Young Master Gu, she doesn't appreciate the favor. Call off the engagement. No one will dare marry her after this.
Father stood by me, his face dark with rage. He was about to defend me, to explain the truth about that night. But I pressed his hand, shaking my head. I whispered, Dad, we can't say it. The Lu family and the Gu family are united. We can't fight them. Lu Yanzhou, who landed those big projects, at his peak. Even if he hired someone to harm me. If he wants to whitewash it, he can twist black into white. No one will believe us now. They'll think we're seeking sympathy and slandering the two great families. My father's chest heaved with anger, but he could only flick his sleeve and go inside, leaving me to face this alone. Guqi took my hand, said affectionately,
Ziyi, if you're in a bad mood today, I can wait. This engagement will always stand. Just promise me. From now on, no harassing Lu Yanzhou and Su Mian.
I shook off his hand, my gaze icy cold. I won't marry you. I won't look for Lu Yanzhou anymore. Not in this lifetime. Because I'm about to, I was leaving for North Africa tomorrow. Su Mian drove that white supercar, the one Lu Yanzhou just took back, roaring to a stop by the curb.
Custom Chanel outfit. Got out of the car. Waist swayed gracefully. Something in her eyes when she looked at Guqi. A barely perceptible tenderness. A flicker of light lit up in Guqi's eyes. But he suppressed it the next moment. Su Mian walked up to me. Tears came to her eyes on cue. She wept like pear blossoms in rain. Her tears stirred pity among the men.
Sister Shen, why are you still wearing that outfit to see Yanzhou today? Why? When you're about to marry, still cling to him so tightly?
Just now you were swearing, saying you wouldn't pester Mr. Lu. Then his real girlfriend shows up at your door. Thick skin, pity about Mr. Gu, even spent a fortune to win her a pink diamond necklace.
He threw his heart to the dogs. A woman like her should be blacklisted.
Guqi heard that I saw Lu Yanzhou today. His gaze turned cold. He stepped in front of Su Mian. His tone was reproachful.
Ziyi, I know you look down on Su Mian. She came from a club, unworthy of Yanzhou. But she only worked as a receptionist there. She never sold her body. She is still pure and innocent. Contrast you, after that night, are no longer a virgin. You are far dirtier than her.
I took a deep breath. Winter wind cut like knives, slashing my face, piercing my heart. Yes, Lu Yanzhou, to whitewash Su Mian's background, make her worthy of the Lu family. Forced media outlets overnight to change stories. Even got a university professor to act as her godfather. He gilded her image. Overnight, I became the sluts everyone in Beijing despised and abandoned. She became the pure goddess, Mr. Lu's pampered darling. Su Mian pointed at the ruby necklace around my neck and screamed hysterically,
How dare you steal? This is an engagement gift from Yanzhou. How is it around your neck?
I froze, eyes bloodshot. I turned to Guqi.
This necklace? Didn't you send it to me last night?
Guqi's eyes flickered. He avoided my gaze. His tone was firm.
When did I ever give you a necklace? You've got sticky fingers too. Why drag me into this?
All I heard was voices calling me a thief. Those venomous words pelted me like stones, crushing my breath. Endured searing heart pain, trembling hands tore off the necklace, threw it hard to the ground. The gems shattered. Shards grazed Sumian's calf.
Never been to your Lu mansion. How could I steal this necklace?
Sumian clutched her leg. Smug satisfaction flickered in her eyes. She sobbed to the onlookers.
The servants at Lu mansion today all saw her come by. If you don't believe me, go ask them.
Suddenly, from outside the crowd, came a cold, deep male voice.
Mian, it's just a necklace. If she wants to steal it, let her. I'll get you an even better one. Ji and I grew up together since childhood. Don't make a scene on her happy day. Make it too ugly.
Lu Yanzhou pushed through the crowd. He shoved Gucci aside, pulled Sumian into his arm. His eyes were filled with possessiveness.
Thank you, Mr. Gu, for protecting Mian. Go ahead, all of you. Mian and I are heading back first.
I stopped him.
Lu Yanzhou, you know very well that I never went to your house today. Why didn't you explain for me?
He stopped, turned around, eyes icy cold, leaned close to my ear, whispered so only I could hear.
I just want you to give up completely. No matter how pitiful you pretend to be, I won't spare you another glance. If you keep pestering me, you'll only make me sick.
Eyes stung badly, but I had no tears left, and memories drifted back to childhood, when no matter who wronged me, Lu Yanzhou always the first to step up, beat that person to a pulp. He said, I'm his little princess, no one can bully me. But now, like to force me out, he let the woman he loved publicly frame me. He doesn't know, even if I wanted to hold on, I wouldn't have a chance now. After tomorrow, there will be no Shenji in the capital. After they left, Gucci dispersed the onlookers, and seeing my pale face, he grabbed my hand, his tone hinted at barely perceptible guilt.
I'm sorry, Ziyi. I didn't buy that necklace. Sumian casually threw it to me. I saw that its quality was good, and thought you didn't have much jewelry, so I brought it to save face.
I pulled my hand back expressionlessly. Why didn't you say so earlier? What's the use now? He argued justifiably.
So many people were watching. If I told truth, wouldn't Sumian become the villain who set you up? She's the apple of Lu Yanzhou's eye. Barely managed to gain a foothold in the circle, trying to destroy her? Anyway, I know the truth. It's enough that I know you're innocent. From now on, it's just the two of us. You don't need to care about others' opinions.
He was wrong. I don't care what anyone thinks anymore. I'm just utterly disappointed in both of them to the bone. It was a fact that Sumian framed me. But he, to protect that woman, personally pinned the label of thief on me, even blamed me for being unreasonable. I dare not think that the one who would, on a stormy night, carry me on his back for kilometers is the same person now. Walked into the villa, went back to my room. Gucci followed me, watched me like I was insane, took the designer bags and clothes, threw them on the floor. Finally, hugged my knees, broke down crying.
G, stop crying. I was wrong about this. I'll make it up to you double, okay?
I grabbed a crystal ornament. I threw it hard at him. I said I won't marry you. Get out! A bloody gash appeared on his forehead. His anger flared instantly. He grabbed my throat. He pinned me against the wall.
Won't you marry me? Who else would want you? Want to be a mistress for those nouveau riche? Or do you want to spend your whole life being a laughingstock? Out of respect for our family's long friendship, I agreed to marry you. But today, you publicly tore up the prenuptial agreement. You made my family lose all face.
Hit his hand desperately. Suffocation washed over me. Face turned bright red. He suddenly let go, cuffed violently, greedily gasped for air. Suddenly, tears covered my face. I smiled, worse than crying. Why have you all become like this? He coldly watched me fall apart. Like watching an insignificant stranger. I kicked him out. I sat alone in the room until dark. That night, I packed a few documents and personal belongings I had. I planned to say a final farewell to this city. Passing the jewelry store we used to, often saw them coming out. Lu Yanzhou and Sumian. I paused. I watched as Lu Yanzhou planted a kiss on Sumian's forehead. Then, adoringly, he slipped a pink diamond ring onto her ring finger.
Beautiful and perfect for you.
Sumian saw me in the shadows, provocatively lifted her chin at me, then turned around, acted coyly toward Lu Yanzhou. I also love it. But this ring was originally, especially for Shenji, the rough stone you found in South Africa. If you give it to me, wouldn't that be inappropriate? Lu Yanzhou stroked her hair and coaxed softly.
I'll give you anything. Even if it's Lu Group, let you play with it. Shen Ziyi, what does she amount to? How could she compare to you?
Sumian shot me, Victor smiled, then linked arms with Lu Yanzhou, and they, intimately, walked into the private club next door. In the capital, December. Heavy snow suddenly fell. My heart turned ice cold. Don't want to wait till tomorrow. Went back to the villa, left a letter for Dad, put on the white coat again, took a taxi to Su G33L4, Lu Yanzhou's private garage, Su 633L4. While the guard wasn't looking, I barged in. I started it, my white supercar, gunned it and crashed through the barrier, and sped away. Guard couldn't stop me. Watched the taillights disappear into the night, rolled down the window, shouted into the wind and snow. Tell Lu Yanzhou, Shenji heading to North Africa now. 5 years with this car. Let it take me on this.
In heavy snow, I raced, tears flooding, scattered by cold wind.
Lu Yanzhou, Gucci, our decade-long entanglement from today is severed.
The flustered guard relayed to Lu Yanzhou, drinking at the club. After listening, mockery flickered across his face.
The one going to North Africa for medical aid is that retiring veteran expert. She uses such lies to gain sympathy. How ridiculous. But that car, Mian likes it. Can't let her drive it away.
He put on coat, grabbed keys to another sports car, and chased her through heavy snow. Followed to Shen family villa gate, madly honking horn.
Shen Ji, leave the car for me. You can go wherever you want.
After a while, the butler, red-eyed, opened the gate. His voice choked.
The young lady has already gone to the airport. She's heading to North Africa.
Lu Yanzhou frowned. In an instant.
Go back now, Master Gu. If you want to find Ji, go to North Africa. There is no longer a person named Shin.
Yanzhou, my stomach hurts. Is something wrong with the baby?
Lu Yanzhou panicked, scooped Sumian and rushed upstairs, forgetting Guqi was still there.
Gucci, we'll talk later. Nothing's more important than Mian and a baby.
Guqi watched him go, opened his mouth, but he swallowed the words on the tip of his tongue. He wanted to say, Sumian's baby isn't Lu Yanzhou's, might not even be hers, but he dared not risk it. If something happened to the child, he'd be the sinner. An hour later, Lu Yanzhou came down, drenched in sweat.
Gucci, what were you gonna say?
Gucci took a breath.
Su Mian told him that Lu Yanzhou can't go, only Gucci could go to handle it properly. As for how to handle it, that was their secret. After over 20 hours of travel, Gucci finally arrived at a temporary camp on R's border. Greeted by clouds of yellow sand and the pungent smell of disinfectant, 2 camouflaged mercenaries stopped him.
Who are you looking for?
Dr. Shenji Yi.
The mercenaries exchanged a glance. A knowing smile spread across their faces.
You mean that female doctor from the east? Our chief is taking care of her.
Gucci's heart skipped. He asked anxiously.
Where is she?
One of the mercenaries pointed to a tent in the distance.
Over there. Who knows if she'll come out alive?
As he feared, he was too late. Gucci rushed in like a madman, threw open the curtain, and saw a shocking scene. I wore a white lab coat, treating a man covered in blood, dressing his wounds. He had sharp, eagle-like eyes, gazing at me tenderly.
Let the nurses handle this. Don't tire yourself, Ji Yi.
The man was this area's de facto controller, the Desert Eagle warlord Carl. I didn't even lift my head, just stitching the wound. Calmly, Carl, on the table. I'm the doctor, you're the patient. Don't move. Carl chuckled lightly, a hint of amusement in his eyes, and obediently let me work on him.
Dr. Shen from the east, spoiled and pampered. Didn't expect her so steady with a knife, even dared break into my territory alone to save someone. Dr. Shen broadened. My view of your people?
Speaking, he looked up at Gucci, who barged in. His eyes turned cold as a blade.
This uninvited guest. How is he more annoying than the sandstorm in this desert? No manners at all.
I shot Gucci a cold look. Not stopping? Still not leaving? You also want to be an anonymous corpse in this godforsaken place? This is not the capital? Your power and influence won't work here. I turned to Carl and said, Here? Aside from the scalpel in my hand, Carl calls the shot. Gucci looked at me in disbelief, as if he had seen a ghost.
Ji Yi.
Smiled faintly, tossed the bloody gauze into the tray. Gucci, you know it, why ask me? Fighting back nausea. I didn't even look at him. Go back now. Tell Lu Yanzhou Yi, Shenzi Yi, in this lifetime, will never return. Carl's eyes, full of murder, fixed on Gucci, startling him back half a pace. Before leaving, Gucci left a remark.
Ji Yi, since you're doing well, I'm relieved. If you ever regret it, call me anytime. Yanzhou and I will come pick you up.
I just chuckled after hearing that, and said, Go relay this to Lu Yanzhou. Our bond of more than a decade, from today on, is severed. From now on, I'll live as the spirit of this land, and even in death, I'll be buried in this desert. After that, relying on my medical skills and a fearless drive, I earned Carl's and his men's respect. The man, the capital's people called a brutal, bloodthirsty warlord, wasn't as terrifying as imagined. On the contrary, he was loyal. Whatever he promised, he always followed through. His cruelty was a means to survive in this chaotic world. I thought coming here was a dead end. But unexpectedly, this life brushing past death each day made me find meaning in living. 6 months later, an international medical group held a charity gala in the capital. Our team got invited as special guests. Thought I'd go see my dad and handle the Shen family assets too. Carl dropped his other plans to go home with me. We reached the capital in early summer, willow catkins everywhere. Before the gala, I went alone to the hotel's open-air garden for air. Passing the fountain, I ran into Su Mian, heavily pregnant. She stared at me a long time, as if she didn't recognize me. Then she chuckled, "Oh, if it isn't Shenji. Can't believe you're so lucky. You made it back alive." Ignored her, turned to leave. She rushed over to block me, her eyes smug. "I won. Aren't you convinced?" Hearing her words, I found it amusing. 2 pieces of trash that were never mine. Why would I care? She rubbed her belly, a strange smile curling at her mouth. "Yes. Who's the father of this child?" I looked behind her at Lu Yanzhou and Guqi walking slowly, and my gaze faltered. In the half-year apart, they seemed haggard, their bodies thinned out, an undeniable weariness in their eyes. Su Mian saw I didn't speak, raised her hand to slap me. "I'm talking to you. Why so sanctimonious? Guess whose child?" I grabbed her wrist. I gave a cold smile. "I don't know. Isn't it Lu Yanzhou's?" She raised her head triumphantly, her voice sharp. "Of course it's not his. I was already pregnant before I met him." I feigned surprise. "Gucci's." Seeing me play along, she laughed. "Truth be told, this child, even I don't know which client's child it is. Your 2 brothers. One treats me like a gem, raises my bastard child. The other thinks it's his, does everything I say. How ridiculous. Tell me, this round, haven't I won it thoroughly?" I smiled, looked behind her, at Lu Yanzhou and Guqi, pale. "You all heard that?" Su Mian rolled her eyes, unimpressed. "Who are you trying to scare?" "What? Someone behind?"
She turned around, saw 2 ugly faces. Scared, she fell to the ground, clutching stomach, screaming in pain.
How could you all be here? Did Shenji send you?" "Those words weren't true. Shenji forced me to say them."
She scrambled toward Lu Yanzhou.
"Yanzhou, it's yours. My stomach hurts. Please save our baby."
Lu Yanzhou's face was grim. He looked about to collapse.
Su Mian, you bitch. You've been fooling me all this time. But when I took you to the hospital for the prenatal checkup, the doctor clearly said it was my child. Were those test reports all fake?
I sneered.
"How hard is it to fake a report? How easy is it to bribe a doctor? Aren't you familiar with such tricks?"
Guqi rushed over, slapped Su Mian hard twice.
These 2 slaps are for Ji Yi.
Then came 2 more slaps.
These 2 are to wake you up, so you know who the real fool is.
Su Mian's face covered in blood from beating. Her mouth corner split open. Blood also seeped from her lower body.
"Stop hitting me. Stop it. I'll confess everything. Save me and my child first." The doctor said, "If this pregnancy fails, I'll die. I know you love me. You wouldn't want me dead, right? Once the child is born, I can get a paternity test. Please." Lu Yanzhou, from his chest, pulled a self-defense dagger and walked blankly toward Su Mian.
You and this bastard both deserve to die.
I watched this absurd scene, not a ripple in my heart. Lu Yanzhou's eyes were bloodshot, tears of regret. He spoke, voice trembling.
Ji Yi, it's me who wronged you. I was blind. Are you still willing to come back to me? Even if just as a friend?
I shook my head. "I don't want to." Guqi knelt before me, voice choked with sobs.
Ji Yi, even if you don't forgive Yanzhou, can you forgive me? I never intended to harm you. I just helped you escape from that warlord. Can we start over? I can give you the best of everything in this world.
Raised an eyebrow, sneered coldly. "Forgive you? Impossible. Don't forget. How many times did you let Su Mian frame me, making me a laughingstock across the capital, even on the day I was jilted? You were also an accomplice. Besides, I have already fallen in love with Carl. I'll spend my life with him." Lu Yanzhou looked incredulous. He was almost shouting.
Impossible. How could you love that savage? He kills like it's nothing. He can't compare to me, that godforsaken place in North Africa. How can you stand it? Did he force you? Tell me the truth. Just nod. Go bankrupt. Bring you back, no matter what.
Acted nonchalant. Smoothed my gown. "You overthink. North Africa's dangerous. But I live a free life. Ever wondered why?" Both looked confused. They shook their heads. I continued. My gaze softened, because he truly understands me. He dotes on me. He treats me as the only treasure in this world. When he has something good, he saves it for me first. Even just a piece of candy. He'd cross half a desert to bring it, like the old days. When I was young, you did the same. Lu Yanzhou and Guqi spoke together.
As long as you're willing.
We can go back to the past.
We can do even better than before.
Words just faded. Carl was wearing a well-tailored suit. He strode over.
Ji Yi, banquet's about to start. Why not go in? Boring people. What's to talk about?
I smiled at him. I took his arm. "I'll be right there." Turning, I stared coldly at the 2 who once cherished me as their life, and said, resigned, "We can never go back. Never again." After that, without looking back, followed Carl out, left only a resolute silhouette. Charity gala over, Carl and I flew back to North Africa. Soon, news from the capital, both Lu Yanzhou and Guqi committed suicide. It was said, after Su Mian's miscarriage, and died of hemorrhage the next day, they knelt at the Shen Villa gate all night, and were found dead in the snow. In their hands, they held the birthday gifts I gave them as children, 2 jade peace pendants engraved with their names. Before dying, their mouths still murmured a sentence.
Ji Yi, sorry. If there's a next life, I'll cherish you with my life.
They died in the snow.
On the phone with my father, his heavy voice coming through, bending to bandage a refugee's deep arm wound, North African sun blinding and scorching, baking sweat on my forehead. Yes, my father sighed on the other end of the phone.
Lu and Gu families are in chaos. Lu Yanzhou and Guqi were the only sons, and now they're gone. collateral branches are fighting for inheritance and have beaten each other bloody. Liu Kolbstock hit limit down at open. The Gu family isn't much better. All their major projects are suspended.
I tied a knot in the gauze. My tone was so calm that I found it surprising. It was expected. They, for a woman full of lies, exhausted all their energy, no interest in managing the family business. Now, this outcome is what they deserve.
But
My father hesitated.
Liu Yanzhou's mother and Guqi's parents showed up at our door yesterday to cause trouble. They insisted it was because of your heartlessness that drove their sons to death. They even threatened to spend money, hire international mercenaries, to go to North Africa to make you pay with your life.
My hands paused. I let out a cold laugh. Let them come. Peeled off the bloody gloves. Tossed them into the waste bin. In the capital city, they might still use money to make some waves, but in our country, on Carl's turf, if the people they hired can escape this desert alive, it's uncertain. My dad sensed my confidence. After a moment,
I understand. See, don't worry about matters back home. Since they dropped the pretense, no need to consider old ties. Shen Corp will seize the chance to fully acquire the medical lines of Liu and Gu. This is what they owe you.
a bulletproof off-road vehicle sped over, dust billowing, and did a perfect drift, stopping in front of me. The door opened, and Carl, in deep green combat gear, his tall frame blocked most sunlight.
He carried a silver thermos strode up to me.
Intercepted from the Middle East, latest antibiotics and painkillers.
Carl gave the box to my assistant, then looked down at me. His rough finger gently wiped dust off my cheek.
I hear the capital called. News of those bastards' deaths didn't spoil your appetite, did it?
Just two dead men, not worth me wasting any emotion on.
I met his deep gaze.
And said, as for you, why back so early Eastern Front conflict subsided?
Carl's eyes sharpened like an eagle locking prey.
No. Salim's rebels got heavy firepower. Launched a surprise attack this morning on 2 checkpoints.
His arm around my shoulder, leading me to the command post. His tone was low and cold.
Not only that, Salim spread rumors that a severe cholera outbreak has hit his army, and he's demanding that I hand you and your medical team over, or he'll level our camp.
I stopped, frowning.
Cholera? If it's cholera, once it spreads, the entire south of our country will become a dead city.
So that's his problem.
Carl stopped, placed hands on my shoulders, said unmistakably,
Ziyi, you're my woman, also the camp's chief doctor, but you're not a savior. I will never hand you over to that madman.
Carl's words barely faded when from camp outskirts came the air raid sirens. Immediately, ground trembled violently. Mortar shells exploded on a sand dune less than 500 meters from camp, kicking up blinding sand cloud. Enemy attack! Take cover! The mercenaries' shouts and hurried footsteps instantly shattered the camp's calm. Carl pulled me into his arms and shielded me as he quickly rushed into the sturdy underground command bunker. He drew his pistol, checked the magazine, bloodthirsty gleam in his eyes.
Salim was way more eager than I thought.
Carl turned to the adjutant beside him.
First squad, hold the main gate. Second squad, flank from the side under no circumstances. Don't allow rebels near the medical area.
I grabbed Carl's arm, my gaze firm. There are over 30 critically wounded in the medical area. I can't hide here. I'm a doctor. My battlefield is the operating table. Carl looked at me. Those eyes were always tinged with cynicism, now filled with complex emotions. He knew my temper, and at a life and death moment, I'd never abandon my patients.
All right.
He pulled me close, kissed my forehead hard.
I'll send a squad to follow you. Remember, no matter what happens.
Without a word, turned and rushed out of the command room. Through gunfire and smoke, ran to the medical tent. Outside, chaos already. Bullets overhead, thudding into sandbags. I crouched low, under cover of armed soldiers, dove headfirst into the container used as a temporary operating room.
Dr. Shen, bed 3 is hemorrhaging, blood pressure dropping.
The nurse, face covered in blood, shouted at me in terror. Prepare blood transfusion, hand me hemostatic forceps. I quickly put on sterile gown and stepped to the operating table. Gunfire roared in my ears, the surgical light shook violently. But my hands were steady, compared to the hypocrisy and scheming in the capital's elite circles. The hypocrisy of the capital's high society ladies, compared to betrayal by Liu Yanzhou and Gu Qi. That despair, the smoke of war, facing life and death now. Instead, I feel unprecedented clarity. Here, no lies, only survival. Halfway through surgery, suddenly, outside, a deafening explosion. One container wall, severely deformed by the blast. Bang! Medical room door kicked open. Masked men, rebels with AKs burst in.
Nobody move.
Rebel leader, shouted in broken English, his gun's muzzle aimed at my head. Assistants and nurses screamed and crouched in fear. I didn't even blink. Not a blink, scalpel in hand, still avoiding patients' nerves. Get out. 3 words, coldly. Without looking back, didn't you see I was operating? The rebel leader didn't expect a woman would be so bold under the gun. He froze. He stepped forward angrily, reaching for my collar. Bang! A crisp gunshot blood sprayed from the rebel's forehead. He fell stiffly at my feet. Carl, covered in bloodlust, stepped into the container, the assault rifle in his hand still smoking. The soldiers behind him quickly surged in and shot the remaining rebels dead.
Scene cleaned. Drag the bodies out.
Carl strode over, scanning me, my bloodied suit. Seeing I was fine, he breathed a sigh of relief. Sutures complete. I cut the suture, handed patient to the nurse, pushed him to ICU. Monitored vital signs. took off blood-stained gloves. I looked at Carl. How's the situation outside?
Salim has gone mad. He laid his cards on the table. He's even used suicide bombers.
Carl's face darkened.
The medical area's outer line, already breached. Can't stay here. Must evacuate you and the med team now.
Evacuate? Where can we go? Looked him straight in the eyes. Nothing but desert for miles. Dozens of wounded soldiers. We're exposed. Open Gobi Desert. Easy targets.
Head to the North Canyon. Easy to defend, hard to attack. The helicopter is already on standby.
Carl grabbed my wrist. Without allowing resistance, he pulled me out.
Gee, I can't risk your life.
We rushed out of the container. Rocket-propelled grenade whistled down, landing 10 meters ahead. Violent blast wave, mixed with shrapnel and gravel, swept over us. Carl lunged and threw me down, his tall frame pressed down, shielding me tight.
Huh?
I heard from his throat a muffled groan. Warm liquid trickled down, dripping from his shoulder onto my cheek. Carl pushed him away in panic. Saw a palm-sized shrapnel embedded in his left shoulder. Blood stained half his combat uniform.
Don't fear. I won't die.
Carl gritted his teeth, face pale, but he pulled me up with one hand.
Go. Get on the helicopter.
Under his desperate cover, Corps medical team members and I boarded the hovering helicopter over camp, the armed helicopter behind. Helicopter lifted off. Looked down at the war-torn camp. My heart felt gripped by an invisible hand. Carl leaned against the cabin wall, breathing heavy, blood pouring out. I opened the first aid kit, ripped open his clothes, applied pressure bandaging to stop bleeding.
Dr. Shen.
Carl saw my flustered yet swift moves, his mouth curled into a faint, weary smile.
If I die here today, would you cry for me just once?
Shut up, I said, my eyes red, my voice trembling with anger and fear. Aren't you called the Desert Eagle? If you can't even handle a piece of shrapnel, you might as well jump out of the sky right now. Stop making a fool of yourself here.
If I die, what will you do?
He raised slowly, his good hand, and gently stroked my cheek.
Can't die yet. Haven't married you yet.
If you dare die, gritted my teeth, tightened the bandage hard, couldn't hold back tears, they fell onto his chest. I'll cut off your head and send it to Salim. After coming to North Africa, I cried for the first time. Not for that awful ex, but for the man in front of me, who'd truly died to protect me. The helicopter landed at the secret base in the Northern Canyon. Due to poor conditions, I could only work in a simple military tent, perform shrapnel removal on Carl. No general anesthesia, only local block anesthesia. The 3-hour surgery, Carl bit a towel throughout, and made no sound, till I threw that rusty shrapnel into the iron tray with a clang. Only then he weakly fell asleep. After 2 days at his bedside, my father called. The Shen group has swallowed up the Liu and Gu family's core assets. Capital's arrogant young masters Liu and Gu lost their lives. Even their proud families fell apart. Liu and Gu family elders over inheritance reported each other. Eventually, many core members faced economic crime charges and sent to prison. Traces of Liu Yanzhou and Gu Qi are being erased by this city. Hearing this, I felt nothing, and simply said to my father, Dad, help me do one thing. On behalf of Shen Group, to the International Red Cross, donate a batch of high-spec medical equipment and medicines to Carl's defense area in our North Africa. Father on the phone was stunned, then he laughed heartily.
Good. As a daughter of the Shen family, her vision has moved beyond the capital's small circle. Supplies will take off in 3 days.
He hung up the phone. Carl, lying on the hospital bed, opened his eyes.
He was bringing all the Shen family wealth to eat sand with me here.
Though weak, his eyes cleared. I went to the bedside and looked at him. My life was saved by you. The Shen family's money spent here is not wasted. Carl smiled. He lifted his hand with effort, grabbed my wrist, pressed gently, and pulled me close.
I accept supplies. The eldest daughter of the Shen family, repay with a lifetime of devotion.
2 weeks later, Carl's injuries healed. He led an elite force, with Shen's advanced equipment and international intel support, against Salim's rebels, launched a thunderous counterattack, lost external supplies. Salim's army collapsed and routed. Salim, during his escape, was shot dead on the spot by Carl. Turmoil in southern our country finally brought long-awaited peace. 1 year later, ours largest oasis city, a modern, international medical hospital rose. White walls glistened in sunlight. Above the hospital's main entrance, in English and Arabic, 2 characters carved, G. This was Carl's proposal gift to me. On the hospital's opening day, no fake pleasantries from the capital's elite. Instead, thousands of locals spontaneously gathered in the square, singing and dancing, simply and from the heart. Simple white wedding dress. No lace or lavish jewelry. Just the one around my neck, the bullet shell necklace Carl polished himself. Carl changed out of his military uniform, wearing a black suit. Standing straight, he was an unshakable mountain. He stood on the hospital steps, before thousands of people, and knelt. He slid a large ruby ring onto my ring finger.
Shenzi, from today onward, this desert, this city, and my Carl's life, all of them are yours.
He looked up, his gaze burning with devotion. I laughed and pulled him up, hugging him tight. Gentle breeze swept the oasis' fresh scent of grass and trees. Dazed, I recall 5 years ago that snowy night in the capital. Once betrayed, framed, abandoned in the mire, Shenzi died in that heavy snow long ago. Now, standing here, is Chief Surgeon of Country R and Mistress of this desert. Don't need Liu Yanzhou's belated love, nor Gu Qi's cheap regret. Those belated feelings cheaper than grass. Those using suicide to beg for forgiveness. Just their final revelry of self-gratification. I grip Carl's calloused hand and look at the endless blue sky. The past is gone. The yellow sand buried cowardice and disgrace. My future belongs only to this passionate land and to this man beside me, who sees me as his goddess. When night falls, evening breeze, Oasis City, carries warmth from the distant desert and brushes the hospital rooftop. I lean against Carl's shoulder, looking at the twinkling lights of the city below.
What are you thinking about?
Carl plays with my fingers, the shrapnel scar still on his left shoulder, faint under the moonlight. Thinking about how fate is truly a magical thing, I said softly. If back then I hadn't signed that death waiver, if I hadn't that night broken into your territory to save someone now, would probably still be in some corner of the capital, surrounded by those hypocritical people, living a seemingly glamorous, yet rotten life.
Carl let out a low chuckle. His rough palm brushed my cheek.
Then I should thank those two idiots, Lu Yanzhou and Gu Qi.
Couldn't help laughing.
That mouth of yours? When will you learn to be a little kinder?
To those who want me dead, I never show mercy.
He kissed my forehead.
But for you, I would even give up my life.
I was about to say, when the rooftop iron door burst open. Carl's adjutant Aziz ran in, panting. Seeing us intertwined, he turned away, flustered.
Chief, Dr. Shen, something's happened.
Carl frowned. His tone turned cold.
Speak.
Aziz turned.
Minutes. When the last gunshot faded into dawn, Carl calmly came over the radio.
Target area secured. Hostages are safe.
Scrambled into the quarry, almost fell over. 3 medics huddled in a corner of an abandoned shed, faces full of terror. No obvious external injuries. I rushed over, checking their vitals. Only after confirming mild dehydration did I sigh in relief.
Dr. Shen!
Zaina hugged me, sobbing.
I thought I'd never see you again.
It's okay. I patted her back, my voice choking up as well. We're going home. Heavy footsteps sounded behind me. Turned around, saw Carl walking toward me, drenched in blood. His suit was splattered with enemy blood, but his eyes were as gentle as the morning light over this land. He reached out to me.
Let's go. Home.
I put my hand in his. He held tight. On the way back, Zaina asked me,
Dr. Shen, when you were in the capital, did you save people the same way?
I was taken aback, then gently shook my head. No, when I was in the capital, I only saved those who could afford to pay. Often, at banquets, wine in hand, listening to socialites gossip about luxury.
So which do you prefer?
I watched the Gobi Desert race by, watched the distant sunrise, and suddenly smiled. I like it now. Every grain of sand here is real, every drop of blood is hot. Here, I know what I live for. Zaina nodded, not fully understanding, then leaned on my shoulder and fell into a deep sleep. Carl turned from the passenger seat and winked at me. I smiled back at him. 3 months later, the hospital work gradually got on track. Carl stepped back. From war, at an oasis city's edge, he bought barren land to build a home.
A courtyard, a garden, and a tree for shade.
He held the blueprint, gesturing enthusiastically.
You said you loved swinging as a child in the yard? I'll build you the sturdiest. Later, our kids play on it later.
Looked at his earnest expression. A wave of unprecedented warmth surged in my heart. Carl, I said softly, I'm pregnant. Blueprint dropped. amid a hail of bullets, never changed expression. This warlord made all of Southern Country R tremble at his name. Now frozen like a statue, his eyes brimmed with a light I'd never seen.
You, what did you say?
I smiled, walked over, cupped his face, and said, "You're going to be a father." Next second, he lifted me up, spun me around, till I screamed and slapped him. He set me down, as if I became the most fragile treasure.
I'm going to be a father.
He murmured, repeating. His eyes reddened.
Shenji, thank you.
What for?
Thank you for surviving.
He knelt, face in my palm, voice choked.
Thank you for walking out of that heavy snow and coming to my side.
Stroked his coarse hair, lifted my head, forced back tears. Far off, wind still blew. But now, it no longer brought gunpowder, smoke, and death, the fragrance of oasis, grass, and a new dawn.